Alright, so they didn't want that to come out, but I'm back. Part 2. So, the first one is called Spilling Tea, Part 1. Go find it. And I'm picking up where I left off. Again, this is Beautiful Bliss Tarot. Thank you for coming back and continuing this on. Hey y'all, love y'all. Yeah. So over here we live, we learn, we laugh, and we don't judge. We just want everybody to do better, because once you do better, once you know better, you do better, right? Okay. But so in the midst of all of that, right? I just picked up the cards and I was like, okay, so part 2, what's next, right? Whoever this person is, they trying to relax in solitude. They not hanging out with friends, you know, they kind of scared of whoever is around them because they don't know who's saying what, who doing what, this, that, and the third, you know. And they try to be strategic behind the loss of this property, real estate, whatever, or whatever, you know, that they're going through, the situation, circumstance that they have to make all these decisions on. They're trying to figure it out, right? But they're trying to figure it out by themselves because, you know, this probably could be your copycat collector, let's be honest, because there's a lot of people stealing my identity right now. It's like 3-4 folks right now. So I don't know. As far as I know, one of my copycats who stole my identity, there's married. The other one who stole my identity, not married. Whoever. And in a previous video, I said my social security. I meant my social security number. I don't get SSI. I don't get TANF. I don't get food stamps. You know, like I don't get no government assisted check like for disability or nothing like that. So for y'all want to be playing with my videos and chopping and screwing and shit, I meant to say my social security number. Y'all passing that shit around for a check like they do in foster care. Okay. But yeah, so this person has to go through whatever they're going through with the losses. Like, so pretty much this person got to get out your home, collective. Whether or not they are pretending to be you or not, married in your name under false pretenses, filed for whatever, making it seem like y'all still married together. If you have been married, I have never been married, never in my life. Okay, so yeah, but this person is going through this situation without the person that they married. Like, they don't have no love for them. They leaving them in a situation high and dry. And this person is being called to have self-love in this time of going through stress. But, you know, sometimes that's too much like right. To each his own, but sometimes too much like right for motherfucking karmics. They can't wrap that shit around their head. Spirits call for you to have self-love in this time of stress. Because, granted, it takes 2 to tango. Mind you, nobody had the gun up to your head trying to tell you to sit on the operating table to look like the collective, let alone to think you hijacking their spiritual partner, got trash of an ex-partner, and then wanted to try to beat them and come up in their name and their shit. Like, what? But this person is by themselves dealing with that. So somebody to let them high and dry, whether it's the guy or the girl. Yeah. So Spirit is saying blessings is coming out of this situation for the collective. Period. And then whoever is sitting in this house, or because it said they was homeless, so it's like once they get out of your house, collective, they have nowhere else to go. So, or they didn't want to go back to where they came from. Because you know how people feel like just because they come from small beginnings and humble beginnings, like they can toot their nose up at the place they came from. Like, oh, so you, oh, okay, yeah, like, what else? endorsement again. Spirit says your collective, you're going to be getting so Spirit is saying, like, collective, now that this situation is going about, it's going to be people coming out of the woodworks, like, trying to bribe you out of your own blessings, you know, because they're apologetic on the bottom of the deck. Because they're apologetic, and they probably had some knowing or did some sneaky behind the scenes work or helped maneuver some paperwork in this person's favor. Like, pretty much everybody around you, collective, knew what the fuck was going on but you. Right? Guy or girl, take how it resonates. It's a timeless message. So is part 1. I said it. So, clock that T. Since y'all want to be, you know, clock that. But yeah, so they see that, oh, now that we about to be homeless, you know, everybody want to, like, oh, it was cool when everybody's going against you, collective. But now you about to get your stuff back and together, and the blessings about to start rolling in. Now you're going to have people come out the woodworks trying to work with you, trying to bribe you or trick you out of your stuff. Don't sign nothing without reading it. I don't care how long it takes. Read it 4 or 5 times. Come back 4 months later if you can. Just to make sure that that same contract that y'all gave me 4 months later, is everything still on the table? Is everything still good? Y'all still hype about this? You good? And if not, cool. I just had to wait it out. Because what's meant for you will be for you. If the right contract come about, they wouldn't care if you took a whole lifetime to sign it. They wouldn't care. But that would be the right contract, you know? So take it how it resonates. Yeah. Spirit says, as I'm talking, everything is right on time. You're going to get back what was taken from you. Everything is right on time for you. And this is all falling under relaxation. Like, yeah, you can relax, collective. Okay. Yeah, this person can no longer bully you. Bully in reverse. And it flew across the wall on this person that's was self-love and stressed out. We'll talk about flew across the wall. But yeah, it flew over there to emphasize that this person, they can't bully you no more. They can't bully nobody else around them no more. Damn. She big mad. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I gotta go get the card. Y'all wanna know why she's so mad? Look, guess what flew out? And was faced over, so I couldn't see it. All behind a fuck-ass promise. I could have told you that. I peeped you weren't ready. Same time when I said, you know what, I am ready. I'm gonna go on my journey. I ain't gonna speak too much on that. Because my stuff will get blown out of proportion. And if I can't talk freely, I might as well not say shit at all about the shit. Because even if I say nothing wrong, it's still gonna be taken to heart. So, it is what it is. But yeah, she was mad all but kind of broken, that broken promise. Clarify this, Spirit, before I speak on it. So, yeah, so she can't bully you no more, right? She can't bully you out this promise. She can't do nothing, right? But she mad because this promise that was made to her, right, that didn't come true, for one. And that same promise, she's mad because she can no longer bully you out of your promise, which is what was followed by merit making. That's why I was asking, like, you know, clarify. So that's just saying that the Most High, with morality and goodness, you know, this was the Most High's promise to you, like, you know, and she's mad because she can no longer bully you and tarnish your name and, you know, dirty up this promise that the Most High God made you. And it's being a stop made to that, period. Why? Because she's having health issues. I started to say a breakout, but it's health issues. Because it could be anything. Could be anything. STD, HIV, AIDS, HPV, genital herpes, trichopneumonia. What else some stuff I was hearing surfacing? UTIs, bacterial vaginosis. Somebody got ovarian cysts. I know that probably hurt. Yeah, whatever else STDs they got, but it could be, you know, health issues from like any spell work or black magic that they're doing. Like death magic could result in like heart palpitations or heart attacks or something. You know, could be on the verge of your liver or your kidney collapsing because you're drinking too much. You want to poison the next bitch. How about you suffer from alcohol poisoning? Because you trying to run from them spookies that's knocking on your door at night, asking you for a sacrifice. I thought you was cool with them. Why you running? Because now that karma's coming and those said spirits is sitting back, eating the scraps of what's left, if there is any scraps left of what's left of you, because they got to sit back seat to the collective spirit team, because now they on your ass. How you gonna be scared of the fucking spirits you conjured up? It was cool to make sacrifices. Now you running from the collective spirit team because karma's on your ass and their ancestors has had enough of your shit. Like, I mean, I hope I explained that shit right, because it's like, bitch, what you running for? What you scared of? Is you not accustomed to seeing spookies at this point? I don't know. It's the spookies. Somebody left because I said spookies. Because it's like, I'm very respectful of everybody. So I don't want to be disrespectful and not putting the respect on their name, right? Because if it was the Grim Reaper knocking on your door, Grim Reaper said, put some respect on my name, you know? If it was Queen Sheba, if it was Nubis, if it was, you know, whoever, you know, if it was Mommy Wata, Kali Mari, if it was Susie Ann, you know, just naming names. But don't you think they would want some respect on their name? You may not know who knocking on their door, but if I know who knocking on their door, and I'm being a messenger, you will want the messenger to say my name right. Let them know. Right? So that's why I said spookies, because spookies covers everything. And nobody on the other side is offended by me saying it. So when? Spookies. Because spookies could be anything. Like, if y'all know about some stuff like that, if y'all know, spookies could be anything. And we not talking about like no ghosts, poltergeists, apparitions. Could be talking about skinwalkers. Could be talking about other stuff. Stuff I don't know the name of. But I mean, they are tremendously scary. Don't get me wrong. I know a few people out there is dealing with something that is really just like scary. Let me tell y'all something. Let me pause in this right too, because I'm not gonna sit here and play like I don't get scared, okay? I remember one time, right? Because I grew up in the darkness, so you can't really like, I live there, I grow there, so put me back there, I'll thrive in that motherfucker, you feel me? Been thriving, hello. So I live in the darkness, so it's okay, cool, because you know, outside forces, when you're chosen and stuff, people always gonna keep you in the dark, keep you in the dark. physically, mentally, whatever the fuck. Take it as a metaphor, analogy, whatever the fuck. Hear me. Or don't, right? So I remember I was sitting here and I was just, you know, meditating and having a conversation with spirit. So I remember seeing something in the corner of my eye, like, you know, I've been seeing this little black silhouette or whatever. Like, I don't want to go too deep into it, because if you don't experience it, or you don't have gifts and abilities like this, you would think I'm fucking retarded, which is what they want you to think. But I'm very much so very smart. But mind you, because Spirit told me to tell y'all about that dream too, so I'm gonna hurry up and get to this part, but I'm gonna tell y'all about the dream. So I was sitting and we was talking. I can't really remember what the fuck we was talking about. Oh, I think I would just finished listening to a reading. I forgot whose reading it was. What we going? It was like some time ago. But I just finished listening to a reading, and it was talking about, oh, they keep sending you this spell work, this black magic. You got entities. If you're seeing like dark figures and stuff, whatever. So I'm sitting here laughing because, and this was like in the early, like, I want to say middle beginning of my journey. You know, you got your beginning, you got your middle beginning, you got the end of the beginning, but it's still all in the beginning of your chapter. You ain't even got to the middle of your chapter yet, so it's still all the beginning. So probably the middle of the beginning of my journey, I started seeing stuff, like my third eye and everything. It was like, you know, it's just so much to talk about. Like, we would be here for days if I was just to just speak freely. But anyways, so I was just meditating on, I said, well, I know, I mean, like, I've had like, okay, so I think really what it was, let me just say what it is, whatever. If it comes out wrong, fuck it, whatever. The right people will understand. So I've had these dreams, like, before that, came across those reading it, I was having dreams a few nights before. It was like these dark figures kept coming to see me or whatever, and we would just be chilling, we would just be playing and stuff like that, because it was like, yeah, oh, you know, haha, you know, like how in the scary movies, and then I'm just looking like, hey, what's up? Like, what you doing here? And they looking at me like, you ain't scared? And I'm like, no, am I supposed to be? Like, what's going on? What were you doing? And he was like, what? And I was like, what? I live here. And they looking at me like, what? And I was like, bitch, you see the pitch black too, right? You see me like I see you. We don't see nobody else in this bitch. I mean, if I'm the only light in the pitch black place, then so be it. But bitch, I live in the dark, bitch. You don't scare me, bitch. Like, you know? So it's funny because it's my third eye is itching. Okay, so Spirit just brought up to, oh gosh, okay, so let me hurry up and get to the one thing, because I ain't got time. We about to just talk, so karmic, you're lucky, but I guess. Part 3, coming soon, right? So, with this dream or whatever, I was being sent, like, death magic a lot for it or whatever, and it was like every night that week I was having, like, similar dreams, but not similar. It was like every time they sent a dark figure to me, it was like we were meeting around, and then it was like, by the time they showed up on some ha 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 shit, and then they was kind of spooked at me, because it's like, is you not scared? And I'd be like, no. Am I supposed to be? Like, okay, try again. Like you ain't transforming or nothing. What you, oh, that's your true form. Oh, well, go get your cousins or something. Like, am I supposed to be scared? Like, I don't know, what the fuck, you over here with me? I don't fucking know. This was like in the middle of the beginning of my fucking journey. Like, mind you, just like starting to wake up. Everything's like just starting, everything to start clicking. Like, my spiritual and my physical is just now starting to, you know, connect. So it was just like, am I supposed to be scared, bitch? Like, I don't know. But anyways, right? So let me get to the juiciest part of this fucking shit, right? So I'm sitting there, whatever, and I see the little spirits out the side of my eye and everything. And I got the grinning because it was like one shadow damn near, it was like a little, what's the name, shadow, whatever. And it was all in my peripheral. But you know how like as soon as you look, everything gone? Like, bitch, how the fuck I see this shit playing off in the corner of my peripheral? But when I look over there, ain't nothing over there. So, so it's like, okay, long story short, big bank eat little bank. Yeah. So, because I was raised in the darkness and the Most High God, you know, has a hand over me, I feel like everybody has like members on their spiritual team and everything. Like, you never know what's what, right? So I had a few, you know, people appointed to me. Yeah, I'm not gonna go too deep into that, but spiritually, I'm aware that, you know, my spiritual team members come in all shapes and sizes, on the light side and the dark. So it was like everything that the enemy, all the little demons that they were sending over there was like, you over here for this one? And we're like, yeah, but I think I'm more scared of you. Yeah. High ranking demons versus low level demons. Big bank take little bank. Right? Big demon was like, you know my true form. You want to see it? Little demon was like, I'm going back to where I came from. Oh, okay. Because mind you, it was like some time after that. Because I always knew that dark figure was like following me around and shit or whatever. But it was like, the veil was so fucking thick. Mind you, I had just got the callus off of my third eye removed. So it was like rubbing your third eye and you seeing shit, but you like, it was all starting to connect, okay? Mind you, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can kind of picture, you know what I'm trying to say, how I'm feeling or whatever I'm explaining to you. Because people going on their spiritual journey, waking up to their powers and their gifts, it be some trippy shit. Word. So, mind you. So, it was just giving like big bank take little bank. So, and then I remember like sometime after that, I was talking to my peeps, I guess, you know, my appointed. Hey, what's up, G? Yeah. We used to play around all the time because every time because I was supposed to be there a few times, mind you. I could tell y'all about some stories, some dreams. I don't know if they were dreams, but I actually went to, you know, like the death angel came for me a few times and they was like, why are you here? The first few times I was just like, okay, I don't know. I'm gonna just, that'll be a story for another time because I wasn't just playing with the hellhounds. I was just like a little three-headed dog. That shit is real. I was playing with like the little lava things that was coming up out of the ground. We were just making bubbles and that shit. I don't know how to explain it. But I live in the dark. So, put me back there. I'll thrive in that motherfucker. I'm trying to figure out how to grow in the light because that shit is strange to me. You know? Imagine being locked up in a barn all your life and the barn door is open and it's a whole fucking grass field out there and it's like kind of scary to go out there because it's like all I know is the fucking dark. I live in the dark. I thrive in that bitch. You know? So anyways, but yeah, so that's kind of like how that shit was for me when the callus on my third eye started you know, going away and everything, and I was starting to wake up and being called and stuff. So but anyway, so yeah, I used to see that shit all the time, and I used to think I was tripping because it's like seeing something in your peripheral, even like when you like stare off at the light and you know you see like whatever floating in your eyes and before your eyes adjust stuff to the light. I thought it was just that, you know. Come to find out, it's not. It's way more. So anyways, right? So it was just giving like big bang take little bang, right? So mind you, some days after that or whatever. Now we kept getting readers on the update like, oh yeah, return back to sender, and you got these people shook and they wondering why this spell working, and you know, because it was working, but some of the entities that they were seeing, it was like, fuck her, I'm not fucking with that. Okay, it's levels in hell. I didn't know she was buddy with this one. Like, she buddy. Like, yeah, we cool, we play together. But it's not like, only time we play together is when I'm being spiritually attacked. So say if I'm sleeping, right, and people sending spell work for death magic, right, and when you're sleeping, you know, you can like astral travel or whatever. So say if, you know, I'm having a dream or whatever, or what I perceive as a dream is, you know, me walking and doing and whatever else. That's the only time I get to interact with my peeps, if that makes sense. I'm not physically in this realm like, as these cards are real, like, oh, I summon this and oh, I bring forth that. No. I only see them when I, you know, I don't know what it is. Like, I like to say when I be dreaming. So I don't know if that's astral projecting, astral traveling, or whatever it is, time traveling, whatever. Like I said, the barn door's been open for me for a little minute now, but it's still taking some getting used to just having the sun being able to shine on you, you know? So take it like that. But anyways, right? So they sent the death magic and I had ended up like, I think I died. I really did die. But when I woke up, it was like, I don't know, it was like I was breathing for the first time again. And this happened a few times, mind you, because I know, like, of all the heavy magic that my enemies have been sending to me, I should have been gone. But thanks to the grace of God, I'm out here playing in fucking death realm where souls wish they could come out, and meanwhile, I'm not even supposed to be there. Meanwhile, the same entity that they asked to bring me there is now getting reprimanded. The shit going back to you. And now people in the underworld trying to figure out why am I here? Who sent me here? Who brought me down here? What the fuck going on? This, then the third. They trying to make sure, you know, is it okay? Is it not okay? Because the Most High God gonna allow what he gonna allow. So as those times was happening, you know, of other different times, it was happening because it was like, for me, with my third eye now being open, for me to see beyond the veil, you know? So every time that this would happen, it would be like a new adventure. Mind you, I would never die. And it never really felt like I died when I waked up, but it was like a reset every time you wake up, you know? But I don't know. That's the only time I played with them. Anyways, but mind you, so I remember one time, I was being walked down somewhere. I can't even remember what was leading me, but it was something. And I think it was my little being or whatever, my appointed being. And we was walking down these long corridors. It was like the ways of my mind. It was like different memories I was unlocking. It was like a whole bunch of different dreams and shit. So when there's one thing, I was like, you know, because he was just in regular form, like, just, you know, like regular, like, demons, like, picture, like, a sharp teeth, and then, like, the little horns and shit like that. He got real big muscles, got, like, wings, and got, like, whatever else. I'm not going to go too much in details on him, right? But that's, like, his basic form, right? So I was, you know, we in there talking or whatever, like, in my dream, whatever, we're talking, I guess, because he was like, we just going to sit right here. And I was like, okay, so we just in there chilling, we talking and stuff. I'm blowing bubbles in the lava, little volcano things or whatever, right? So, and we just waiting for pretty much like, I don't know what we was waiting on. We was waiting on something. And I was asking, and I was like, I said, why do I feel like you're much scarier than you are? Like, why do I, like, when I'm around you, I'm terrified, right? But at the same token, it's like I'm calm because I know it's nothing to be scared of. So it's like when you battling inside yourself, because something in me knows that, bitch, if you was a regular nigga, if you was a regular fucking nigga, bro, get out of there, is what it would have been, bro, for real. But I'm just sitting here chilling. I'm just like, okay. And then it was funny because we were really having a conversation, a full-blown fucking conversation. So I was like, well, that's not your true form. And he was like, nah. I was like, so what do you look like? He was like, I don't want to scare you. I said, well, I kind of am already scared because I know I have a reason to be. But I want to see what the fuss is about. Because I was like, I see you now. I'm not scared of this form. He was like, because, you know, you live around that 24/7. You're not going to be scared of something you already know. So I was like, so show me then. Like, what's good? What's going on, right? Mind you, this nigga only transformed for about like maybe 3 seconds, I guess it felt like. But when I tell you, as soon as that nigga transformed, you know how like when all the hairs on the back of your neck stand up, your heart start racing, you sweating bullets, and I'm over here snot nose running like, man, I gotta do something with my life. Like it was Judgment Day. Like it only took 3 seconds. The minute he started to fucking transform, set and fully transform in like 1 second or a split second, and then hurried up and like, because it was given like that. Because mind you, no soon that motherfucker, and you could feel the motherfucking heat, the fucking evil fucking, I don't know how to fucking explain it, okay? And then, and after all of it said and done, I'm sitting here like, damn, you my peeps? You rocking with me? Cool. But don't ever show me that shit again. What the fuck? Okay? Mind you, and then he's sitting there laughing, laughing, like, I mean, just bawling. And I was like, you really find this shit fucking funny. Mind you, I'm still, my ass is clenched. I felt like I was about to piss on myself in the fucking spirit realm. And I'm like, bro, what the fuck, bro? Like, oh no. Fucking no. No. Okay. But yeah, so it was just like, okay, so I mean, we laughed about it and stuff like that. It was like, ha 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 ha. And I was like, all right, now you're laughing too much. Was it that fucking funny? And then it was like, yeah, you should have seen the look on your face. And then I got to laughing because I knew my ass was looking shook, sorry, and fucking like, because he didn't even stay fully transformed for no more than a fucking split second, a second. Might be a full second. That was all I needed. And I said, you my friend. But that's all I needed. Don't show me that shit again. For real. But yeah, anyways, that was that. But yeah, so that'd be like the only time I see them. Because he's not the only one. But he was like one of the first that was appointed to me when I first started waking up and stuff. Because most high God already knew that y'all just be on some nut shit. So yeah. But y'all want to hear more about that? I guess that'll be some more story. I do have a few more times where we was chilling and shit. And some stuff happened. But oh yeah, so that was the other part of the dream. I did a reading like some time ago, whatever. I had to delete it because I was talking spicy up there and I was spilling too much tea. So I had sat on it because after I finished it, I just sat on it because I meant to post it, but I was like, someone was just telling me like, just sit on it, just sit on it, just sit on it. And you know, as time goes on and energies change and stuff, the message was no longer relevant, right? But it was relevant at the time, but because I was talking my shit, it was like, no, just let it sit. It'll play out. It'll play out. So I ended up deleting it now, but it kept getting cut off on this part of the dream when I was trying to tell the collective what happened. So I'm gonna get in here and tell the dream. Since we talk about that, we can talk about this. So I had a dream, I think it was like a couple of weeks ago or whatever. And I'm gonna try to hurry up because I don't know how much time I got. And I do want to actually get back to this reading. So it was like I was, so this part of the dream, it was like I was walking down some hallway, some corridor. I was just chilling, you know. It was like a nice little, maybe, I want to say apartment complex, a nice fancy like hotel, maybe a fancy apartment complex. It was something, right? But there were hallways, doors, like a hotel room would be set up. And you know, the elevators, kind of like those fancy, nice little hotels with the nice little chandeliers in the hallway, nice little paintings and stuff. Nice little hotel, whatever, right? So we walking down, well, I'm walking down, and all of a sudden, right? Cause I'm just in my own head, like, what am I? Wonder what I'm doing here, right? So I'm just chilling. Like, okay, cause the shit is unfolding to me as I'm going through the shit, right? So, I'm just walking down, and out of nowhere, it's like a group of folks that come up, and they chit chatting, they laughing and stuff like that. So I couldn't really tell. I guess it was like three females and maybe two guys, or maybe three females, three guys, something like that, right? It was just a group of them. And you know, we walking down the hallway and stuff like that, walking in the same direction, because they're now ahead of me and I'm following behind them, you know, just chilling, whatever. We all headed headed in the direction of the elevator. So the girl, so once we all get to the elevator, so mind you, okay, so we walking down crackers, right? So we walking down, I don't know if I gotta cover up the brand or whatever, but so we walking down the elevator, right? So imagine if this is like the elevator. So imagine if this is the elevator door, right? And when we get to the elevator or whatever, because they're all laughing, they're joking and stuff like that, and we get to the coming up to the elevator. So we're like right here at this space, like right before the elevator. So as we coming up and stuff, it was like a few words exchanged. It was like, you know, they was just talking or whatever, and it was just like, hey, you know, like, it's so fucking hard to explain it, bro. Anyways, how do I? Okay, mind you, whatever. We'll get to that part. I'll figure out how to explain that part later, because that was another shit. But anyway, so we get into the thing, and it was like they popped out of nowhere, and I guess I popped out of nowhere, right? So mind you, they're in front of me, and we're all walking down there. So we get into that little space, the little small little space before the elevators, and they noticed me. And you know, I was already seeing them and stuff like that, but it was like, ooh, they jump, and I'm saying like, what the fuck y'all jumping for? Hey, the fuck? Yeah, I like, and then you know, they was talking or whatever and shit or whatever, cause they jumped and was like laughing. It was like, oh hey, and I was like, hey, and I was like, why y'all jumping? Like y'all wasn't the ones that just popped up out of nowhere and just so happened to be in my pathway. Like I was coming down the hallway first. So I don't know where the fuck y'all came from. But I digress. So I guess we all popping up out of fucking nowhere in this motherfucker, right? So anyways, so we get up there, right? So mind you, this elevator is like a regular elevator, right? Or so it may seem. So tell me why, when you get into the elevator, right? You know how like when you're standing from this way and you can only see in the elevator from like an angle? Or if you're standing from this side and you can only see in the elevator for an angle, you can't see what's on this side of the elevator and like in the corner in the cut right here, and vice versa. If you was on this side coming in, you couldn't see who was standing right here behind this wall with the buttons and stuff that is on the elevator, right? Right. So when the elevator doors open, mind you, half of the elevator was like pitch black, right? At the same token, you know, the other side is like regular schmegular, like a hallway. Like it looks, you know, it looks regular. You know, when you open it, it looks like a regular. Lights going, music, elevator music, fresh carpet, it smells kind of good.